Hello, my name is Jeff. This is Castle Toolage, your home defense network. There's a channel out there that I go to fairly often. I go to him about 4 times a week and catch up to what he's doing. He basically does a daily vlog, or semi-daily, pretty much daily anyway. And he's an up-and-coming guy. Up-and-coming. He's getting up there. He's 30,000 plus subscription, and he is Jarhead 6. He has a lot of knowledge. And I don't agree with all his knowledge. It's not necessarily wrong, but it's just wrong for me. And I've made some comments on his channel before, and I don't think I'm his most favorite person on the planet. Just because I do have an opposing view, and sometimes my style is a little bit aggressive, talking wise. I don't pull any punches. I don't like safe zones, trigger words, that kind of a scenario. You can say bad things on my channel. You can disagree with me. That is fine. Now, with home defense, there's going to be a very thing. I've covered this topic on several other videos. It's been several years since I've really talked about this kind of thing on self-defense, and that is clearing house. You should never clear your house in the first few moments. I think it is small-minded and asinine to do so. Now let's just give this first. There's going to be 4 general home invasion scenarios. Okay, I talk about this a lot. I've been reading about home scenarios since 2006. I read a lot of them, and this is basically what they are. That late night bump in the night that you're starting off at your bed and you have all your tools on your nightstand. That doesn't happen very often, so get that out of your head, but it is one of them. The next one is that they're currently trying to break through a door or window. Third one is that they ring a doorbell, your family member answers the door, and they flood you with quick and overwhelming force. The fourth one is going to be some kind of an outside scenario. They followed you home from the ATM, Christmas presents, we're getting to that time of year again. If you are a business owner, they know who you are, they're waiting for you at the house, around the garage. They come up to you and ask you if you need any help, maintenance on the house, that kind of general scenario. So those are going to be your 4 general home invasion scenarios. As far as clearing your room, your house, like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit, it's not the best tactical decision that you can ever make in your life if you're a single person. Now let's just say that you have a wife, children, elderly parents in your house. You're still not clearing the house. Clearing the house is methodically going from room to room, clearing everything, clearing under the bed, clearing out the closets, the linen closets, going to the attic, make sure that they're not up there. Basement, crawl spaces, that is clearing out your house. But when you're going from point A to point B, you're not clearing the house. You're going through the house quickly to get over there. Most home invasions, again, 2 to 5 people are going to be storming your home with quick and overwhelming force. They are going to be storming your home. If they know you're in there, they're going to try to clear everything out first and then go from it there. Sometimes they're creeping around. That just doesn't happen that often. It's going to be a quick and overwhelming force. So you're going to go from point A to point B very quickly if you have a plan, a safe room where you're going to defend your children and whomever in their spot, your bedroom spot, wherever your safe room is, where you're going to be defending a choke point at the hallway or door frame staircase, that kind of thing, where you want the bad guy to funnel in to a narrow funnel, if you will, and you're going to be taking care of business with whatever weapon you choose and what you train with on a regular basis. So this idea of thinking that a gun is the only tool during a home invasion is asinine. It really is stupid and asinine. You cannot think of that. You have to have other tools. Let's just say that you are in your bedroom and your children are in some other part of the house and you cannot get to them in a home invasion scenario. Is a gun going to help you? Well, you are 400, well, I'm going to exaggerate it, 400 feet away from your kids and you have to fight through 5 guys to get there. Well, how are you going to communicate to your kids? A panic alarm. That's what I have in my house. I have one button, 210 decibel alarms will start blaring. I have lights will be flashing on and off in the house with just one button. Guess what that does? That tells my kids, my wife, to hide and evade from an intruder. Plain and simple. That noise is going to be different than the fire alarm. That noise is different than a burglar alarm. That panic alarm is going to be your heads up to your family to at least evade, hide, and invade. Now, this is going to be your choice. It maybe if you hear your wife screaming and your wife and children are screaming because they've already taken them. It's your, there are some studies that you coming out and aggressively going after them, they will elude it. I have gotten away from that. There was a study about 4 years ago. With that, I have not heard any follow up to that kind of a aggressive stance, but it does work. I've seen it work. I read about it working. But that is something that you're going to have to take a veil at. The degree of sexual assaults during a home invasion is high. And that is because the adrenaline in these guys. It's not uncommon, if you guys read a lot about how adrenaline works in the body, it's not uncommon for the bad guy to have his wood at full staff while he's doing that, and he confuses the excitement to sexual aggression, and that's why you have these guys raping 70-year-old women when they're doing the home invasion. So you got to decide if they do have your wife, you do have your maybe teenage daughter, you may want to fall on the sword, go after them with full vengeance. That is something that you really need to discuss with your family and go from there. But this idea, a lot of this is generated from a lot of classes. They sell classes on how to clear houses. They do, because it's kind of a cool, fun, macho thing to do. I'm going to go through the door, how to go through doors, how to block, how to round corners with a shotgun, how to round corners with a handgun. That is all marketing tools to get you into the classroom. Now, I'm not saying that you should not learn how to clear your house. I think that is a very important skill. But Massad Ayoob also had a scenario like this, and there's a video on it somewhere, that you have a burglar, you said there's someone in your house, and the police are on their way, but now you are tromping around the house like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit. You get to the big picture window. The cop sees you in the house with a gun pointing at whatever. The cop is looking at you. What do you think he's going to be doing in that situation? Is the cop going to think that you are the bad guy? You're putting yourself into a lot of disadvantages when you're tromping around the home looking for Elmer Fudd. Now, I have done it in the past where it was an owl flying into my picture window. It was just a loud thud. And this was several years ago in California. And this is an owl that has been around at that point for 5 years, and you got to know him fairly well. I liked him because he kept all the rats away. And you just heard this big old thud. And it's just like, what the heck is that? And this was late at night. And the first thing you do when you're late at night, when you're half asleep, you go, did I actually hear what I heard? Okay, and then you're sitting in bed because you're thinking, well, if you fully get awake, I'm going to be fully awake and be up for the rest of the night, and I'm going to have a crappy day at work. So you're trying to not fully get awake because you're not sure that you actually heard what you heard. So after a while, I didn't hear anything else. And this is the time when I just started getting into home invasions. So I wasn't really up on it where I should have, yes, I should have had the wife with 911 in her hand, heard a weird noise. But after 10 minutes of me not hearing anything else, I did clear the house. First thing I did is a perimeter check. And then I went from there. And then I saw a bunch of little feathers by the sliding glass door. And I knew at that point that It was that stupid owl. Okay, he probably saw the cats inside and wanting to go eat, have a cat barbecue in my house. Okay, so that's what you really need to look at when you're taught. Don't get this macho image about going into your home and clearing the home, because that's what you see on the movies and that's what is marketed to you at these um, training facilities. It is a valuable tool. Everyone should learn how to clear a home, but really it is probably your last option other than defending a choke point like a hallway door frame or staircase. You going against 2 to 5 guys, you are going to need to have that choke point instead of opening yourself up, going into the living room, and all of a sudden you have 5 guys in a 180-degree direction, or 3 guys in front of you at a 100-degree direction, and 2 guys behind you. You are going to get flanked, and you're going to be in a very serious disadvantage for you. So in general, do not tromp around your home like Elmer Fudd looking for the rabbit. My name is Jeff. This is Castle Dudes, your home defense network. I hope this helped.